Welcome to The Tonight Show, everybody. You're here, you made it. Thank you for watching at home. The weather right now is crazy. A state of emergency has been declared here in New York as a massive nor'easter slams the East Coast with heavy rain, flooding, and intense winds. Yep, we're in a state of emergency, or as Facebook calls it, Tuesday. Seriously, it's gross out there. Right now, the entire East Coast smells like damp mask. Yeah, we're dealing with that intense wind where your mask blows off of your face and lands onto someone else's. Wait, I'm vaxxed. Are you vaxxed? Here in New York City, the streets were so flooded, all the shrimp at Bubba Gum made a break for the Hudson. Let's go, boys. Yeah. That's right, already thousands have lost power, making it the one time people actually turned on their iPhone flashlights on purpose. It's like, oh, that's what it's for. Let's get to some news. Of course, everyone's been talking about Facebook lately, and Mark Zuckerberg just announced that he's retooling the social media platform towards young adults and away from older users. Honestly, just make it a little harder to sign in, and you'll never see an old person on Facebook again. That's all you gotta do. How many stop signs? Scan my face! And my aunt's gonna have a lot of free time. She can't use Facebook to write "love this" under every inspirational quote. You're really inspired today, wow. Meanwhile, today, executives from TikTok and Snapchat testified before a Senate panel for the first time. Usually the only TikTok on Capitol Hill is coming from a senator's pacemaker. It's not ticking anymore, you better... Yeah, now it's working again. Yeah, it was hours of tech executives trying to explain their apps to senators. Experts are calling it a preview of your family at Thanksgiving. So how do I get to the Snapchat? Yep, senators believe social media is corrupting our teens, and they might be onto something, because a bunch of 15-year-olds barged in for a Lick a Senator challenge. Take his flag pin, then throw bologna at him. That's a challenge.
That's a challenge.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, like wet mask. Yeah.
Some more news from Washington. President Biden is still negotiating his new spending bill with Congress and hopes to have a deal by the end of this week. Biden's bill started at $3.5 trillion, and now it's down to about $2 trillion. Right now, he's like a guy at the airport taking stuff out of his bag to get under 50 pounds. He's like, I don't think I need shirts, right? How much am I gonna wear shirts, right? Well, I guess I could wear my ski boots on the plane. The deal is getting held up because Senators Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema keep adding stipulations. It's getting nuts. Right now, they won't sign the bill until Kyrie Irving is allowed to play for the Nets. Some business news. Hertz just announced that it's buying 100,000 Teslas for its fleet of rental cars. Yep. Then to give Hertz a taste of their own medicine, Tesla said, sorry, we don't have any Teslas right now. Is a Kia Rio okay? That's all we have, sorry. And with this rental, you keep this car. It's your problem. I mean, your car now. Hey, I read about a man in Georgia who's facing federal charges after he spent over $57,000 in COVID relief funds on a single Pokemon card. Wow, his wife would be so embarrassed if she existed. It's gonna be rough when he gets to prison and he explains he's there because he loves Squirtle. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa. Whoa, whoa.
Hey guys, get this. I heard about a guy who bought a Six Flags annual pass. How about this deal? You get the Six Flags annual pass, right? It allows you to get unlimited food for $150. He's eaten nearly all of his meals at Six Flags ever since. Of course, all the money he saved is now going to doctors to get his cholesterol down from 1,000. And finally, a man in Lithuania broke a world record by sitting up to his neck in a container of ice for 3 hours. Then he stood up and broke the record for most disappointed girlfriend. Now, here's some good news. Last night, an FDA panel gave the green light to the Pfizer vaccine for kids between the ages of 5 and 11. That's right. That's right, kids' vaccines are the best way to prevent the two things parents fear the most, COVID and homeschooling. I don't know, 3 goes into 5. I don't know. Yep, this is great. In a few weeks, you're gonna see bouncers outside Chuck E. Cheese checking vaccine cards. Not today, Timmy. Sorry. Kids could get the shot as soon as next week. Great timing, right after they go door to door on Halloween. Wanna move it up 3 days? Who's talking to who here? Here's how the vaccine will work. Older kids can get Pfizer, younger kids can get Moderna, and the middle child can get Johnson & Johnson. They'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. Pretty soon you're gonna see a vaccine center parking lot with white tents, orange cones, waving in little toy Jeeps. Some parents said that they aren't sure if they're comfortable giving their kids the vaccine. Then they went back to feeding them Dunkaroos for breakfast. You're someone else's problem for the next 6 hours. Go ahead. Some news from Washington this morning. Senate Democrats rolled out a new tax proposal that would only target the 700 richest Americans as a way to help Biden's spending plan. So that includes Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Flo, the progressive insurance lady. It's tough for billionaires. If you'd like to sponsor one, you can make a difference for just $34 million a day. Just text billions to 01528. You know cash is tight for billionaires when their flights in space had the layover in Cleveland. But by this afternoon, Democrats scrapped the tax on billionaires, and now they might tax millionaires instead. Yep. When they heard that, Kim and Kylie were like, yes, while Khloe, Kourtney, and Kendall were like, no. Well, Iowa Senator Chuck Grassley, who is 88, recently announced that he is running for re-election in 2022. And while a lot of critics say that he's too old and should retire, I think he's still got it. Just watch this clip from today.
I don't. When you don't hold your own accountable. Let's not forget about Obama-Biden administration.
It's not a good sign when your staff is nearby with a set of jumper cables, you know? Ray goes on right nipple. When an aide said, Senator, are you all right? He was like, there's a senator here? No, but. What are we doing? I think the world just needs to take the weekend.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's the weekend. Just take the weekend. We'll come back Monday.
We'll
We'll figure it all out. Some movie news. Today, Pixar released the first trailer for their Buzz Lightyear origin story. Yeah, a Buzz Lightyear prequel. It's about how he first goes to space as a publicity stunt for Jeff Bezos. But the prequel looks interesting. For instance, I had no idea that when Buzz's family arrived at Ellis Island, they changed their name from Lightyear and Ellie.
Really?
Buscucci, Lightyear and Ellie, yeah. Did you guys see this? There's a new dating show in the UK, and it's kind of similar to The Bachelor, but there's one big difference. Just take a look at this.
David, who do you think is a love trap?
Sheree.
It got awkward when he was like, wait, I meant Becca. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's just like The Bachelor, but instead of being escorted out in a limo, they were taken away in an ambulance. Some more entertainment news. I read that Netflix is looking to build a new TV and film production studio in New Jersey. Yeah. And apparently Netflix is even coming out with some New Jersey-themed TV shows.
Really?
Yeah, I'll show you what I mean. First up, there's Bridge in Tunnelton.
Oh.
Next, there's Squid Game, just the tracksuits. Next up, instead of the show You, there's Use. And finally, there's Ozark. Come on, you like that? Ozark. Well, some business news. The outdoor clothing company Patagonia just introduced its own collection of natural wine. Finally answering the question, what is the whitest sentence you've ever heard? Patagonia wine. Natural wine, sorry, I apologize. Listen to this. The largest 3D printed neighborhood in the U.S. is currently being built in Austin, Texas. Next time the Texas sheriff says this town ain't big enough for the two of us, the outlaw can say, hold on, I'll print more. This is interesting. New research found that Americans get 30 minutes less exercise than they did 200 years ago. People in the 1800s also gargled with gasoline, so let's maybe call it a wash, right? Anything? Yeah, people in the 1800s led healthier, more energetic lives. They made it to the ripe old age of 28. And finally, I saw that a guy in Hawaii who got into some trouble with the law tried to flee the scene in a pretty unique way. Watch this.
On Hawaii Island, police say this man fled on a stolen lawnmower after starting a small brush fire. Witnesses took video of the man riding the stolen push lawnmower down Highway 11.
I think it would have been faster if he actually just pushed the lawnmower and just ran with it. But he had the last laugh when he held a weed whacker in the air and took off like a helicopter. So long, suckers! After teasing a name change for a while now, today, Mark Zuckerberg finally revealed the new name of Facebook. Here it is.
To reflect who we are and what we hope to build, I am proud to announce that starting today, our company is now Meta.
Meta. What? Yeah, meta, as in when I joined Facebook, I met a lot of crazy people.
Yeah! Wow, baby!
Yeah, Facebook changed their name. In response, Spectrum was like, we used to be Time Warner, people still hate us. This feels like when there's an E. coli outbreak at a pizza place and they just changed the name from Sal and Tony's to Tony and Sal's. Same gross owners, yeah. Companies often change their name to help their image, and since it's up for grabs, Johnson & Johnson is now Facebook and Facebook. So take it. Meta. Yeah, Meta, apparently they're trying to win back younger users. They even released a new ad, and it seems like they're trying a little too hard to get to young... You be the judge.
What up, fam? You want a dope social media network that's so snatched? Then join Facebook. It's Gucci, no cap. Nice. We're totally bussin' with Russian memes. And we got a hella fire CEO. What the suck? Facebook, we're not Jugi, we're the GOAT. Also, we're thirsty AF.
Yeah, interesting. What up, fam? Some news from the White House coming off some of his lowest approval rating numbers. Today, President Biden left for Europe, and his first stop is in Rome, where he's going to meet with Pope Francis. Now, however, the Vatican just canceled the live broadcast of the two of them meeting. Not a great sign for Biden when the Pope is like, I can't be seen with you right now. Meanwhile, since Biden is going to be out of town for Halloween, the White House will not be holding its usual trick-or-treating event. Smart move, though. Announce to the entire country that you're going to be out of town on Halloween. How far do you think I can throw this egg? You can hit the West Wing from here, you think? If there's another toilet paper shortage, you can find it in all the trees around the White House. Biden actually wanted to do trick-or-treating, but Joe Manchin blocked it because he hates government handouts. That's right, no Halloween at the White House. Meanwhile, one very nervous bird was like, he's still doing the turkey pardoning next month, right? Hi, I'm Giblet, by the way. I'm Wishbone, yeah. In a couple weeks, it's gonna be like red light, green light with us, so Did you guys see this? While talking to reporters, Senator Bernie Sanders was interrupted by a phone call, and people are talking about his loud ringtone. Listen to this.
So you're not on board with this framework as it's now drafted?
I want to see it. I want to see it improved. And again, I think you know.
Yeah, that's actually not an old-timey ringtone. He actually has a rotary phone in his pocket. I can only go 60 feet from my house before the... Then he picked up the phone by putting a horn in his ear. Hello? What? Hey, this is cool. Delta Airlines is launching a new program that will use facial recognition for passengers going through TSA. It's all part of Delta's brilliant plan to get people to take their masks off at the airport. They actually have the same facial recognition program before you board a plane on Southwest Airlines. Check this out. Yeah, they don't mess around on Southwest, yeah. They don't mess around. Some more travel news. This is real. United Airlines just announced that next month it will begin selling mini bottles of hard liquor on flights. Yeah, the move is all part of the company's new slogan, United, you know we're going to duct tape your ass. I just have one more. Hey, I saw that a futuristic robot dog was just spotted walking down 6th Avenue here in New York City. Watch this video, yeah. Yeah. Even crazier, there was another robot walking behind it with a little plastic bag. I love how New Yorkers walk by like nothing was happening. Like, oh yeah. The robot was like, I'm a cybernetic organism sent from the future to pee on fire hydrants. They're like, oh, that's normal. No big deal. And finally, this isn't good. A new study shows small amounts of plastic are found in the food from chains like McDonald's. You can tell things are bad at McDonald's. Today, they changed their names to McMeta. Happy Halloween, everybody. That's right, this weekend is Halloween. Halloween is going to be fun this year. Thanks to the cold weather and COVID, kids are going to wear a coat over their costume and a mask over their mask. Halloween really is the best. Out of all the holidays where we jam a candle in a giant squash, Halloween is my favorite. I read that 21% of adults will pretend not to be home to avoid trick-or-treaters. When the doorbell rings, all of a sudden, they're like the family in A Quiet Place. That's right, Halloween is on Sunday, and kids everywhere will be going door to door trick-or-treating. But before you let your kids go to town on candy, it's very important to read the warning labels that they provide. Now, I've never even noticed these, but take a look at this. For example, on Circus Peanuts, they wrote, we're FDA approved, but only as home insulation.
Wow. That's on their package?
I've never looked before, but this is apparently...
You think you would have noticed that?
No, I hadn't. But like on Necco wafers, they wrote, finishing a whole pack should be the final challenge in Squid Game.
Wow.
They've been making Necco wafers way before they invented.
They even knew about the Squid Game.
Squid, yeah. Up next on Jolly Ranchers, they wrote, if the bit of honey didn't take out your fillings, these will.
I did read that. I've read that.
Next up on Werther's Originals, they wrote, if you eat more than 3 of these, you turn into Bernie Sanders.
Did he know that,
I had no idea.
God. Careful.
And finally, on Red Hots, they wrote, we're basically a gateway to Fireball whiskey.
Where's the lie?
Let's get to the news. Today, President Biden met with Pope Francis at the Vatican. But when Biden rang the doorbell, the Pope pretended not to be home. Actually, this is cute. Biden and the Pope decided to do a couple's Halloween costume. I thought that was... The two of them met privately for about 90 minutes. Yep. Of course, Biden's 78 and the Pope's 84, so the first half hour was just them sitting down. The last half hour was them standing up. After Biden met with the Pope, the Vatican released some photos of the two of them together. Now, we don't know exactly what they were saying to each other, but we can kind of guess. I'll show you what I mean. Look at this photo. In this photo, Biden's saying, what's in your hand? And the Pope is saying, these are the keys to the Pope-mobile. Have it back by 11. No donuts. No donuts. Next up for this photo, Biden is saying, what are you doing to change the Catholic Church's image? The Pope is saying, we're going to change our name to Meta.
Wow.
Easy. Easy.
Easy.
Yeah.
Totally changed.
And finally, for this photo, Biden saying, what do you recommend, Your Holiness? And the Pope is saying, the jalapeno poppers. They're really good. Yeah, it's a big trip for Biden because tomorrow he's going to be attending the annual G20 summit. All the most powerful leaders will be there: Angela Merkel, Emmanuel Macron, Kris Jenner. The leaders will be there for 2 days, and some of them are staying in the same hotel. It's got to be a little weird stepping out of your room and seeing the president of Turkey in his boxers looking for the ice machine. Hey, I read about a man in Canada who was arrested after he asked police officers to help him break into an ATM. Yeah, he was arrested for being the most Canadian person ever. Hey, sorry to bother you, officer. Could you please help me break into this bank if it's not too much trouble, eh? I saw that a doctor in Boston was fined $6,000 for missing surgery because he ate his lunch in his car and then fell asleep. The doctor was like, I eat lunch and sleep in my car. Does it sound like I have $6,000? Finally, with Halloween coming up, a recent survey found that 40% of Americans believe in ghosts. That's crazy. I can't believe that there's something that many Americans agree on. That's right. So if you see something scary, lifeless, and pale, it's either a ghost or Mark Zuckerberg. Hey, hey.